Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So SIERRALEGACY here on Twitter says everything is green except Doge. Take a look at that. I mean, is it any surprise to you? I mean, maybe it is. Maybe you guys thought Dogecoin was gonna go up indefinitely forever and leave the rest of the crypto market behind. But guys, this is what happens. Rotations take place, and what was popular yesterday is not necessarily the most popular cryptocurrency today. I have the coin market cap up here, and you guys can see it for yourself. Now, Bitcoin is hovering at it around 0, so right now it is in the red. But guys, take a look at everything else. Ethereum up 5.5%, Binance Coin up 13.4%. We've got XRP up 3.8%, and Dogecoin right here in the number 6 position, down 19, almost 20%. So you guys can see mostly everything is green. I mean, if you just take a snapshot of the market, of course, we do have Bitcoin Cash here down a little bit, Chainlink down a little bit, VeChain down a little bit. But I think at the end of the day, you get the point. Look at how much of a decrease Dogecoin has seen, and that is because people have been taking their profits off the table for Dogecoin and rotating them into other cryptocurrencies, and this is why we're seeing an influx into other cryptocurrencies. Now, let me bring up XRP here on the chart right now. XRP trading at about $1.33, and we have just been kind of hovering in this region here, which I'm finding kind of interesting because this is clearly where we are seeing the support before we make our next leg up. Let me just throw Fibonacci on here again, and I've been doing this over the last few days. It seems like this 0.236 level is really critical for the XRP price resistance at this moment in time. We just kind of bounce up, down, and just kind of keep hovering around this 0.236. And this is not just for XRP. Let me bring up Bitcoin. We are also seeing something similar, at least a similar pattern for Bitcoin as well. You guys can see, let me just throw that on there, throw it right on the bottom there. You guys can see that there is some resistance here at the 0.236 for Bitcoin. The bottom of this trend denoted by the 0, and then up here at the 0.236, clearly seeing some significant resistance there for Bitcoin as well. Now, I'm sure if I put up some other cryptocurrencies on this chart, we would see some similar patterns. So what do we have to wait for next? Well, guys, I'm going to take a look at this later. I think XRP is primed for that next move to all-time high very, very soon. It could even go beyond all-time high. I mean, we really don't know. And when I say that, by the way, that could happen. Here, let me just bring up the XRP chart again. That could realistically happen as quickly as we saw this, okay? So roughly over 1 week. All right, let's not forget, XRP rallied from about 90 cents, or rather right at about that resistance level. If I go lower here on the chart, you guys remember when we were trying to break the 80-cent mark right in and around here? We finally broke out of that, then came up to this high, $1.11, retraced back down, and then this period here was only from April 7th to April 13th, April 14th. So this is a 1 week period going from about 90 cents all the way to almost $2. So this can happen fast. I want you guys to be prepared for this. Let's take a look at what else is going on right now. So guys, I don't know if you heard, former acting comptroller of the currency, Brian Brooks, has joined Binance US as chief executive officer. So this is big news. He will be the company's chief executive officer effective on May 1st. And here's a quote: "I am thrilled to be joining Binance US at this pivotal time for the digital assets industry," Mr. Brooks said. "We are at the cusp of mainstream adoption of blockchain technology and digital tokens by individuals, institutions, and governments alike. I look forward to working with Binance US's talented team to promote its culture of compliance and continue to grow its product and service offerings across the market. I am eager to work closely with industry participants and policymakers to develop an enduring regulatory framework that enables Americans to reap the benefits of decentralized finance for generations to come." So it is looking like Brian Brooks is ready for the task. He also did mention a few interesting points in here. So he says, we are on the cusp of mainstream adoption. This is going to be technology for individuals, institutions, and governments. So hint, hint, CBDCs coming down the pipe in many different countries around the world. And also, I want to mention a revamping of the current financial system, which we know is also in the works. He wants to promote compliance, which is a big pain point for the U.S. government at this moment in time. They want to work closely with industry participants and policymakers. So these are all, the right kinds of things for Brian Brooks to be saying, especially in this environment where cryptocurrency There shouldn't be a looming question mark right now in the United States. The United States should be further ahead, but we are where we are, and it's surprising, considering, Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson have mentioned these same types of things, and yet they are in court fighting the SEC. Down here, here's what Changpeng Zhao had to say about Brian Brooks. Brian is an esteemed leader with an unparalleled blend of experience across traditional financial services, government, and the digital assets industry. Binance US's ability to attract an executive of Brian's caliber is a testament to the strength of its platform. His knowledge and expertise will be invaluable as Binance.US continues to expand. So important news coming out of Binance. Of course, Brian Brooks, a big proponent of cryptocurrency, as we all know, also has experience in government. So where will this lead? Very good question. I also saw this guy's from RB_XRP here on Twitter. In my opinion, we could see the next leg up for XRP to the all-time high pretty soon. When I check the daily new accounts, which we can use as an indicator for new money flowing into the market, we are at record numbers. So this also just supports my point that we are primed to get up to all-time highs, not only technically from a technical analysis standpoint, but also from an industry-wide look at what is going on with XRP wallet addresses specifically. So he brings up this snapshot, and I'm going to actually bring up the XRPL today. Okay, this is from the website rippleitin.nz. If you guys are interested in this, I will link it in the description. And what he's demonstrating here is take a look at April's numbers for new accounts. Okay, this was March. Right over here, these were the March numbers, and you guys can see in April, a very significant uptick for XRP accounts. These are new XRP accounts created by day over the last 45 days. So this is just demonstrating from April 4th all the way to April 20th. We've got new accounts, so even just as of the 19th, 12,419 new XRP accounts. The day before that, 9,179. Here's a pretty big day as well, April 12th, 11,670 brand new accounts. So on top of the accounts that already exist, more money flowing into XRP. Not only that, the more important thing I think to take away is that new money is flowing into XRP. So thanks so much, RB_XRP, for pointing us to that. I also wanted to mention this. DJ Peter Vass posted this. There's something different about ex-Ripple CTO Jed McCaleb's XRP dumping pattern. So you guys know Jed McCaleb is, or has been, dumping his XRP over the last few years. I don't think I have to go over that story again. But according to data from XRP Scan over the past 10 days, co-founder of Ripple Jed McCaleb dumped nearly 140 XRP from his Taco Stand wallet. And listen to what Leonidas has noticed regarding this. So first of all, let me give you guys a bit of context. The aforementioned transactions mainly comprised of about 8.3 million XRP seen over 7 transactions, 4 transfers of about 12 million, 2 carrying 22.6. So they're just giving you the numbers here with reference to a fiat equivalent that is a hefty $194.9 million in US dollars at the time of this writing. The remaining balance in Jed's wallet amounts to about 453.8 million XRP. So XRP enthusiast and blockchain researcher Leonidas Hadjilozu mentioned McCaleb's XRP sales and has been tweeting about the dumps regularly on various occasions. This time was no different, and here's what he noticed. So here's the tweet to that effect, and then he noticed this. What was distinctive to the researcher was McCaleb's sales, which are happening in smaller amounts. So he is now selling XRP in smaller amounts and not dumping them off in one big fell swoop. As he stated in his tweet, McCaleb is selling 22.6 million XRP on a daily basis rather than 40 plus million XRP. Now that could be because the price of XRP is higher now, and so maybe just for logistical reasons he has to do this. On the contrary, he remained critical of the ex-Ripple CTO's holdings and further added McCaleb's XRP riches may dry up by August or September of this year. And I think that a lot of us in the XRP community are just waiting for this, for Jed McCaleb's sales to finally just kind of dry up so that there is not that downward pressure. I do believe he does sell these OTC, so I don't really know how much pressure this does actually have on the XRP market particularly. Interesting to note, though, that these are now being sold in smaller chunks. Could it be that, some of these exchanges, too, might need more XRP, especially if they are planning to relist XRP? Maybe Jed realizes the bigger picture and is strategically selling to certain exchanges. Of course, this is just speculation. I have no clue, but it's interesting to note. Great observation here by Leonidas Hadjilozu, and thanks so much to DJ Peter Vass US also for pointing us in that direction. Guys, we've also got this from Michael at Val5 Links. As per the announcement, the co-working firm will be accepting several cryptocurrencies as payment means, including Bitcoin, Ripple, and stablecoin USDT. Who he's talking about is WeWork. So I don't know if you guys have heard of WeWork. I'm sure some of you guys have. They are an American commercial real estate company that provide flexible shared workspaces for technology startups and services for other enterprises. WeWork designs and builds physical and virtual shared spaces and office services for entrepreneurs and companies. So what you do is you go in and you rent some space, and if you're a freelancer or maybe you're working from home, I believe that these guys have been very popular over the pandemic. I actually know somebody who went down to Miami, decided, you know what, I want to be somewhere hot. I'm going to go down to Miami Beach and rent a place and just rent out a WeWork space since I'm working from home anyway, and enjoy the sun over the winter. And so that's what he did. So this is what these guys do. Well, apparently these guys are adding cryptocurrency to their balance sheet. Co-working corporation WeWork has announced that it will be adding Bitcoin and cryptocurrency payments for its services. So let me go down here. WeWork, the global co-working corporation, has announced plans to hold cryptocurrency on its balance sheet following the broader adoption of digital currencies as a payment platform. The company released the news early this week, explaining that it is partnering with BitPay and Coinbase to add flexibility for users to transact and make payments. As per the announcement, the co-working firm will be accepting several cryptocurrencies as payments, including Bitcoin, Ripple, and the stablecoin USDC. WeWork will accept BTC, ETH, USDC, PAX, and several other cryptocurrencies as payments for its offerings. So they are indeed accepting XRP, as mentioned here. I mean, they call it Ripple in this article, but you guys can clearly see WeWork is not scared of accepting a cryptocurrency that is currently being scrutinized in court by the SEC. I have a feeling many of these big CEOs, of these startups, who likely have the same venture capital connections, have probably discussed the Ripple SEC lawsuit and realized that, this is just noise. They realize the lengths that Ripple has gone to in order to, promote their brand and connect worldwide with some of the biggest players in the financial space globally. So to be honest, I'm not surprised. I think we are likely to see more types of things like this in the future. Companies adding crypto to their balance sheet, of course, wanting to perhaps mitigate their risk against fiat, the USD, as an example. So in addition to offering payments in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, WeWork will also be using cryptocurrency to pay landlords for rental space using cryptocurrency. The company will be paying third parties using digital currencies, with Coinbase acting as the gateway to make payments and transactions. So these guys clearly do believe in the philosophy of cryptocurrency as well. They are not just adding it to their balance sheet, as some companies are, but are also utilizing it in a real world setting, which is ultimately how we're going to get that adoption. So I thought that was great. Thanks to Michael at Val5 Links for posting that. Now, I wanted to mention this, XR Patience here on Twitter, and his case for XRP going to at least $10 to $14. If this bull cycle is like 2013, then we can expect XRP to set up new highs between $10 and $14 based on fib extensions before the next bear market ensues. And I think that this is generally the most conservative school of thought here for XRP. I think at this moment in time, we are definitely prepared to see an XRP worth at least 10 to 14. He says 14. I'm saying 10 to 13. I know the blockchain backer has said 10 to 13 as well. Of course, these numbers are going to fluctuate based on the exchange that you are trading on. I mean, in Korea, it could be upwards of $15, $16, $17 because we know about the kimchi premium, as it's called. Now, let me throw a Fibonacci here on the XRP chart. And just to show you guys again, I mean, I've showed this to you guys many times before. Right now, we are finding some resistance at the 0.382. So in and around here, and $10 to $13 would ultimately bring us anywhere between the 3.618, which is this line here, and the 4.236, which is the full Fibonacci extension, which is this next line up here. So anywhere within this area here would bring us close to roughly 10 to 13. Now this line represents $11.66. This top line represents $13.75, and this is on the Bitstamp chart. Now, of course, like I'd mentioned, this might be different on different exchanges, so just pay attention to that. But there's another reason to believe it'll go much higher. So again, this from XR Patience, a brief thread. So if the bull cycle is like 2017, with 2 alt seasons, the XRP gets its full fib extension. That puts the price close to $60 at the end of the cycle. And I know we have taken a look at this as well, right? Let me just get rid of some of these things over here just to kind of clean that up. And what he's doing is he's lining up the bottom of the 0.236 with the top of the bull market, the last bull market, which would mean, or which could mean, that XRP could make its way all the way up here, say $57 or so. I mean, he's rounding it up to about $60. So that would mean a full fib extension. Now, that would also mean that we would have to go through 2 alt cycles, which at this point in time is looking very unlikely. However, we have not entertained the possibility that, you know, this could be, even though we are looking at this right now and, you know, Bitcoin is reaching its highs and it's kind of doing what historically what it has always been doing. Let me just bring up, so this is Bitcoin again on the daily. What if this is just the first leg up, the first pump up in a multi-year bull run? Okay, what we've seen for Bitcoin in the past was, you know, a 1 to 2 year bull run, and then it collapses on itself. Well, some are suggesting that this could be just a first leg up, and what we are witnessing today is an alt season that is ultimately the first alt season of 2 or possibly even 3. And so in this case, XR Patience is suggesting that we could see a $60 end to the cycle. But based on this cycle's long time between retests of major moving averages, plus the fact that 2017 was a longer cycle than 2013, I expect 3 alt seasons this cycle. So what he is saying is not 1, not 2, but we could even see 3. And so he links a tweet here from KEVINDIXON, projected price of $120 per XRP. I don't know how likely that is. I mean, just proportionately. Now, I know we are in a bit of a different spot today than we were back in 2017, and especially back in 2013 with the real world adoption. Of course, this could hyper fuel the cryptocurrency market, and we could possibly see these crazy outlandish prices, but just based on history, you know, it doesn't seem likely. But again, we are comparing to a spec market with low utility, or rather low to no utility, and a very different kind of circumstance, a very different kind of ideology around cryptocurrency worldwide back at that time. To cover all bases, I have price targets set at $10, $50, and $100 for my sells. Even hitting the first target sets me up for life, but I expect to hit the second target and possibly the third if this cycle lasts as long as I believe it will. So, an interesting perspective from XR Patience, but I wanted to take a look at this, and for now I'm looking at what's right in front of us. This from Crypto KEVINDIXON: there is a high probability that the XRP BTC pair have finished its correction. If so, we start going up from here. Now remember what I was telling you guys at the beginning of the video, right? That rally for XRP when we saw XRP moving, let me just put it on the hourly, just to give you guys a sense of where I was going with this. So when I was talking about this move, I don't know if you remember earlier on, I was talking about this move, this happening over 1 week's time. We hit that $1.11, came right back down to about 80, back tested that, bounced off that, and then the rest was history. And this portion here happened over a week. Okay, we went from 80 cents to about $2, almost $2 in about a week. Now he's saying that the XRP BTC chart is starting to form a pattern that is very conducive to the possibility of XRP breaking out. So we go up from here, it could happen very, very quickly. And what KEVINDIXON is explaining here is basically this chart here. So I have the XRP BTC chart here on the daily, and you guys can see we did base, we found critical support back here, back in February, March, before the price of XRP really took off compared to Bitcoin. And this was retracing support from way back in here. All right, let me just bring you right back in here, 2017, okay, right in here, guys. Right before XRP price kind of shot up to the moon. Well, now we've seen that one leg up. All right, we're back zoomed in. We've seen this one leg up, and we are retracing against BTC at this moment in time, as you guys can see here, right? And this is exactly just that, a retracement. Now, what is significant about this retracement? We'll take a look at this. If I zoom out a little bit, you guys can see retracement, finding support here. Are we back testing this support before another leg up? Also in and around here, back testing before another leg up. There is a high possibility that this could be the case, that we are finally finding this support here. As you guys can see, even on the daily, we have that strong move down, red candlestick followed by a green, followed by another red. So if I put it on a smaller time frame, what does that look like? You guys can see significant support forming here, right? Again, this is the XRP BTC chart. Boom, up, boom, up, coming back down for the third time before we take off. That is certainly a possibility. And if I bring the chart right back to what we saw actually, let me put it on the daily again just to kind of make this easier. What we saw back in 2017, here's what we saw, right? We found support here. We saw one leg up, a retrace, all right? More movement to the upside, another retrace, and then a final blast off XRP to BTC, which brought us to all-time high. But guys, let's not forget, right now we are starting at a higher price point. At this point in time, XRP was still trading at 20 cents. Okay, and we started blasting off from there. Right now, XRP is trading at $2, and if you guys can wrap your head around this, again, this was the bull run of 2017, so the price differential was different, because let's not forget, Bitcoin topped out at 20,000, XRP topped out at $3.84, but right now, Bitcoin is at about 56,000, and XRP is already hovering at it around $1.34, so the price differential is really going to make a difference. On the XRP to BTC chart, we did see these staggered moves, but at the price point that XRP was at today, which is at about $1.35, we were somewhere in and around here on the chart just because of that price differential. And right now we are down in and around here, okay? So this is looking very promising. The likelihood of us hitting all-time high is closer than ever, and it could happen in a week, as we have seen XRP rally that fast in the past. So do you guys think it's possible? $3.84 in 1 week's time, once we see that launching pad, once we see XRP starting to take off? I mean, if history repeats itself, it certainly is not only just feasible, I think it'll make a lot of people really, really happy. And again, guys, that is just the first target. We are likely going to make higher highs, but that's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.